Hi everyone, my name's Christine and I'm with Sublime Synergy. And Sublime Synergy, a lot of the times I like to focus on different ideas that I have and different beliefs that I have crafted, I guess, throughout my years on this earth and even beyond. And in this video, I wanted to focus on the idea of self love and self care and self compassion. And I wanted to expand on how crucial I think it is to integrate the principles of self love and self care into our lives every day. And I think that it's commonly forgotten how important it is to have this in our lives, to have this crucial aspect of self compassion and self nurturing ourselves as human beings in an emotional capacity and mentally, spiritually, physically, in so many ways. And I think that a lot of us have grown to believe that it is not as essential as it truly is, in my opinion. So I just wanted to expand today on my personal beliefs in the area of self compassion and self care, and some of my personal experiences with it, and how my journey learning to nurture myself and really care for myself and what I believe in, and being able to be confident in what I say and who I am, and appreciate myself as a work of art and a work in the process as well. So I have some notes down. I just want to discuss a little bit with you guys and hopefully you enjoy. So I'd like to begin this video with a statement regarding those that may feel personally, I guess, impacted by my words. I'm definitely going to be bringing up some personal experiences, obviously with no names or anything like that, but I don't intend to blame or personally attack anybody in this video that has helped me to raise me to be the woman that I am today. I don't intend anybody to feel offended by anything I say in this video. I was brought to this exact moment right now to be able to share my experiences of self-love and my lifelong journey that I'm in the midst of through the people that I have had the pleasure of meeting throughout my life, whatever their purpose may have been. Whether I have been caused harm or been lifted up by those people, I have learned from every single person in my life that has entered and exited, and I have learned from them exactly what I needed to learn when they entered my life, and when they exited, they were done with their journey in my particular life's journey. So my journey of self-love is essentially a summation of my experiences as a human up until this point, as I assume that many other people would refer to it that as well. Refer to it as that. It's a summation of my experiences as a human up until this point and how I feel I need to react to them and deal with them. And I have reason to believe that far too many human beings on this earth feel the same as I do regarding self-care. And because of this, I wish to spread the message even further. And I feel compelled to discuss these issues of self-love with whoever wishes to listen. So whoever joined today and is watching, I thank you for joining me, and I hope you enjoy. So I think a lot of humans deal every day with the fact that they really just can't stand themselves. Maybe many of us have not even consciously absorbed this yet, not even consciously recognized it. Through our actions and words, I think it's so prevalent throughout the world that when there is a hatred for other people, there is a lack of compassion within the self. I truly believe that this is a concept where the phrase, as within, so without, conveys an extremely powerful message. It seems easy to say, but I believe that when we practice the art of self-compassion and valuing ourselves as human beings with goals and aspirations and meaning and purpose, I think it's possible to heal the world instead of suppressing the pain that we're always seemingly to do. Not only does a lack of self-love get in the way of creating lasting relationships with people that are built on a solid foundation of self, but it also inhibits ourselves from truly being able to connect with those people and what lies within us at our core. A lack of self-love inhibits us from accessing the deepest powers of what our soul possesses. And I think that we understand, I don't even think that we understand that as a collective conscious entity, how much a lack of self-compassion and self-forgiveness and self-care affects us internally as much as it does externally. Lack of self-love manifests itself in our lives emotionally and mentally and spiritually and physically in so many ways when it's not directly addressed at the root. When we continue to tend to the symptoms and the wounds that the lack of self-care causes as opposed to directly addressing the issue at its core, we deny ourselves a chance at freedom. We beat around the bush and pretend that the problem isn't there. We think it's just how we are, how we act, how we think, to naturally not care about ourselves. Lack of self-love does not necessarily manifest in the form of us hurting ourselves, although it absolutely can be. It can be in the form of, allowing abusive relationships to persist. It can be in the form of causing other people harm, emotionally, mentally, physically. It can manifest in the form of being ashamed of ourselves. The list is endless where the symptoms of lack of self-love can come up in our lives. It can be seen in too many people on this earth that self-love is not a concept that's prioritized in the minds of human beings. Growing up as a young girl in the United States, as I assume many other people can relate to, standing up for myself and being confident in myself was not something that I was directly or even indirectly taught to do. And I was ashamed to be who I was and like what I like and do what I like to do. And I think this is something that we all must experience throughout our lives in order to fully feel what it's like to understand ourselves and receive all the benefits and the gifts of being truly connected to our true selves at our core. But when we remain stuck in these patterns of suppressing our natural tendencies and natural inclinations to like certain things or behave a certain way, which I believe many of us do, we do not access that inherent power that lies within us. It's dormant within us. It's such a sad thing to think about, that there's a huge chunk of humanity living their lives based on the expectations of other people, completely dismissing their own true callings and destinies. Is there anything more disheartening to think about? It's just, there's lifetimes completely untapped due to the fear of shame, the fear of embarrassment, a fear of disappointing others, a fear of being doubted, and a fear of not being accepted. I think this is where the root of the lack of self-love lies. It lies in the fear of shame and unacceptance. If we fully accepted ourselves as we are, flaws and all, would love not come naturally? When we accept the most disliked aspects of ourselves simply because we can and we have the power to love and accept our own selves even when others can't, it empowers us to live for ourselves every single day. It helps us become more connected with our higher selves and allows for more precise alignment with what our soul missions are. The energetic vibration of love and forgiveness and compassion and acceptance of ourselves and others is that which opens us to receiving and giving the absolute best of ourselves and others that what they have to offer and what we have to offer. So think about a time when you were proud of yourself for an achievement, whether it be an academic achievement, a career-oriented achievement, a financial achievement, a milestone, or whatever it may be. When you experience this emotion, this feeling of being so, utterly proud of yourself, you are commending yourself at that moment for what you've accomplished. You embrace the aspect of yourself that enabled you to accomplish this specific task or milestone. For example, if you received a good grade on an exam, you perhaps recognize the intelligence you possess. You recognize your commitment to achieving this good grade. You recognize your inherent ability to succeed and commend yourself for doing it. I feel like this is a feeling that many of us could wish that it would last for forever. And in reality, it can. This feeling can stick with you forever, for every single second of every single day of your life, if you choose it to be. Self-loving is a lifelong journey that we choose to conquer. When we are consistently told that we cannot do something, yet we persist regardless, we conquer a battle. When we're discouraged in our attempts to be courageous and are shot down by the people around us for choosing to be brave, yet we hold our chins high and carry on, we conquer another battle. When we're told that we are physically, emotionally, mentally inept and are not capable of what we dream of, when we fall time and time again, and when we feel like there's nothing left to hold on to, yet we get up and continue, no matter how hard it is, we conquer another battle. These battles are your journey that you must endure. Self-love is not a destination. It's a way of living each day. It's a mindset that when we incorporate into how we make decisions can transform our lives. It's a doorway that allows light and acceptance and happiness and freedom and bliss to pour through. So what I've been starting to do in my own life is just trying to start small. It's not going to be something that happens, transforms your life all of a sudden. Self-love is not something that you can just simply attain in a day's notice. It's a lifelong journey of experiences and getting back up, falling down, getting back up again. So I say that what we can do is recognize where we lack, where we're lacking, where we're not nurturing ourselves enough in certain aspects of our lives. So what do you resist from showing the world? What are you afraid of showing to the world due to potential embarrassment or fear of not being accepted? Do you have a hobby that some people won't approve of? Do you hide your physical self from the world due to a fear of being rejected? Are you afraid of criticism? Do you not like how you react or talk to people? I think it's important to start small and every day build upon it. Every day is a different step. Every day is a different milestone in this journey of self-care. Sometimes I absolutely hate how I lack confidence. Specifically today was a very hard day for me in terms of self-confidence. I actually felt today that I was not able to be who I am at the core of myself because I felt like I needed to be accepted by people. I personally have a specifically hard time with this when considering how I am perceived in the eyes of men. I find myself suppressing the foundations of who I am at my core, so I don't come off as weird or wacky to men that I seek approval of for whatever reason. For so long, I measured myself in terms of how I was accepted by men. Unfortunately, I still catch myself doing this on occasion, and today was unfortunately one of those days. I think that a lot of people, especially women, can relate to this. It's built into the foundation of our mind as just a small child that without a man's approval, your self-worth diminishes. The fire within you that is should be the reason that you get up in the morning. It should be that passion, that fiery existence that compels you to live every day of your life. It shrinks in size. You feel like less of a woman if a man thinks poorly of you for whatever reason it may be. This is just one of the many missions that I believe many of our souls on this earth have been destined to complete. I believe it's a duty of ours to tear the state of mind apart and to break down our own walls in order to mend our cracked souls that unfortunately have been cracked since the beginning. I feel like a huge part of my existence for so long has simply been to serve the egos of other human beings. And it has exhausted me to no end. Again, this is simply my personal opinion, and I just wish to spread my views in hopes of reaching a soul out there that, needs to hear this. I think it's so important for human beings to understand and recognize the lack of self-love, the lack of self-care within us. When we don't care for ourselves and tend to our personal needs and, whatever that may be, it's dependent on the individual, we lose ourselves in the mix of the world. We lose ourselves in this chaotic mess of a world. We lose who we are at our core. We lose our vision, and we lose our purposes, and we lose sight of our missions. Talk to yourself. I think this is something that is very personal. It's on an individual basis that everybody is different. Everybody's journey is different. I think it's important to be alone with yourself, to be in solitude, and to get to the bottom of these issues that you may have. Your heart is cracked and needs repairing, and no other person can do this for you but yourself. Other people will not heal you. They will mask your symptoms. They will make you think that you're okay within yourself because they assure you that you're okay. They assure you that when you're surrounded by people that you love and that love you back, that you can learn to love yourself. And although I do believe this is partially true, that when surrounded by those that see you for your best qualities, you can perhaps have a better vision of who you are and where your roots are. Yet they can't do all the loving for you. They can't do all the repairing, and they can't show you everything that you are and everything you can do. You possess endless amounts of light and creativity and fiery passion within you, and you are that match that can ignite the wildfire within your soul. Allow yourself to understand this. This is only the beginning of a journey to a lifetime of love and fulfillment and purpose. And I think that everything aside, I think that we really forget this. We forget this every day. We forget our true soul purpose at the end of the day sometimes. And I think we always need to come back to this. We need to come back to, what is it that I have been put on this earth to accomplish? Personally, I'm realizing more and more every day that there is a mission I need to accomplish that concerns self-love. It concerns being able to care for myself regardless of how other people see me. And it's been really hard, and I know how hard it is. And this is why so many people are so passionate about promoting that self-care, that self-compassion, that caring for yourself and accepting who you are at your core before anybody else even gets a glimpse at what the amazing emanating light that you are. I think this is one of the most important lessons that somebody can learn in their lives. And although it takes so long to really understand, and I'm still on my journey, I'm still on my way, and I have my faults and I have my my slips, like today. I think that it's something that we can all support each other in. And we're all on our own individual journeys that can come together with other journeys, other people's soul missions, to complement each other, to lift each other up, to combine and synergize and create something that was not possible just on an individual basis. When two individuals come together and create something that was not possible on each of their own, it's something inexplicable. I think it's amazing. I think that when we come together and share our journeys in this lifetime of self-care and caring for ourselves and supporting each other and challenging each other and lifting each other up and never pushing them down, it creates something that we would not have been able to do on our own. And that's why I think it's so important that this idea of self-love and self-compassion is such a big thing, especially in the past few years within the media. There's so many other things that I could really go into, but I'm gonna have to save it for another video. So many different concepts that I want to talk about, and so many different subcategories of self-love and self-care and stuff like that, but it could go on forever. So I think I'm gonna leave this video at that. So definitely let me know what you think. Let me know what you guys think of the video. Feel free to like and comment and share and subscribe to my page for my next videos. I do, for those of you that have never watched my videos, I do collective consciousness readings on my Instagram page, Sublime Synergy, every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And those are pretty much where I talk about the energetic shifts that are happening throughout the week and how we're going to be affected by them and how we can prepare for them and how we're going to be, emotionally impacted by the energetic shifts taking place. So make sure you tune in for those every Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time on my Instagram, Sublime Synergy. Feel free to follow my Instagram, Sublime Synergy, and like my Facebook page, Sublime Synergy. And yeah, let me know what you guys think. And hopefully I will be making a video in a week or so. I'm gonna try to make one, at least one a week. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you guys soon. Bye.